Hello, everyone. We are going to be discussing a sales and production budget in this lecture. So for this particular lecture, we're going to cover how to prepare a sales budget and how to prepare a production budget. And all of the steps that we'll be taking are going to be based on activity-based budgeting. And if you recall, this is where you use the top-down approach. And the budgeting methodology begins with sales. So in this example, someone from the organization who is in the sales department or the CEO, CFO, or whomever mandates that these are the sales that have to be achieved in order to, make a profit, or, this is just their desired sales budget for for Q1 through Q4. So what you begin with is the anticipated number of units that you think that you're going to sell and what your sales price is, meaning this is the widgets that you make and sell. In this example, it's $150 per widget. So in Q1, if I'm going to sell 1,000 units at $150, my revenue would be $150,000. So I'm just multiplying unit by sales price. So again, someone in the organization, gives you this information. And from that point, now you need to determine, okay, what is my production going to be in order for me to produce this amount in revenue? So for the production budget, you're answering the question, how many widgets do I need to produce to meet the sales forecast, right? So as you can see here, we have Q1 through Q4, and that information came from the sales budget. So I want to produce 1,000 in Q1, 1,800, 2,000, and 1,200 through Q4. The next step in the process is, what inventory in units do I want to keep in my inventory, which is the desired ending inventory. And for this example, for Q1, I want to have 180 units left over in my inventory, right? So that's just in case if my planned sales is $1,000, 1,000 units, and I actually end up selling 1,100 units, at least I know that I'll have enough inventory to meet that sales forecast should we reach that. So again, you're looking at the planned sales in units, which comes from the sales budget, and then you put in your desired ending inventory. The next step is to calculate that, to say, okay, so if that's what I want to have an ending inventory, this is the inventory that I need to produce in units. So I have my sales units, 1,000, 1,800, 2,000, my desired ending inventory, and I add them together to say that's my needed inventory. So that's my needed production. The next step is to say, okay, wait a minute, before I get to what I actually need produced, I have inventory left over from the previous months, and that's down here, less beginning inventory. So my planned sales come from the sales budget. My desired ending inventory is a number that you say, okay, this is what I want to make sure that I have left over. Add those two together, and that's the needed inventory. But before I get to the final figure, I want to make sure that I account for the inventory that I already have in stock. So once I have that number, I then reduce that beginning inventory from the needed inventory. And it shows that the units that I need to produce are 980, 1820, 1920, and 1380, right? So when your sales budget is first mandated by someone in the organization to say, this is what the sales forecast is. And if you're in the production department, you're going to say, okay, in order to meet that sales goal, these are the units that I need to produce, taking into account my desired ending inventory and less my beginning inventory. So in summary, the sales budget, it's based on the estimated number of units to be sold and the estimated sales price per unit. And then the production budget is based on the sales forecasts from that sales budget, and it's based on the beginning inventory that you already have in stock, the ending inventory that you want to maintain should you meet that sales goal. And final section there does not apply to this lecture, so just ignore that for now. That'll be in future lectures.